Good morning. It's Rob at Harlem Lofts. I'm safe now in the backyard of our office. Um, we're doing our COVID-19 market report update. We do it every 2 weeks. Who are we? We're Harlem Lofts, located at 272 Malcolm X Boulevard. We focus on Upper Manhattan, condominiums and townhouses mostly. We've been around for 20 years, and we've been doing this report since March 15th. So here we go. We have some exciting news, and the quarter has officially closed out. In 2 weeks, we'll have our market report. That's our quarterly market report, and it's going to be all the details that you want to hear. But right now, we're going to talk about the last 2 weeks and what's happening. I can tell you there's a lot of activity right now. So I haven't been able to say that in a while. We are completely booked and busy right now. We have our firm has 5 accepted offers and 2 in contract right now. So we're going to talk about townhouses, number of sales, and I'm going to skip sales volume, I think, because now what is more relative is the actual properties that are closing and the actual properties that are being taken off the market, put on the market, and relisted. So we're going to shift after today, October 1st, and we're going to go more into the details of the properties rather than the trends, because the trends are that this will be the last time we say it. The trends are we're at 42% sales volume of last year. Break that down. There were 45 listings between March 2019 and today, October 1st, last year. There are 26 today. That's your number of closings. Now, sales volume, we keep saying the same thing, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You got to hear this. The average sale price of the townhouses that are selling this year that are actually closing is higher than it was in 2019. So I'm not going to talk about sales volume no more. I'm sick of talking about sales volume. Let's get into the details. Right now, out of the 45 properties that sold in 2019 and the 26 comparison to this year, in this 2-week period that we're talking about, there were 3 properties that sold. Let's talk about those properties. 266 West 132nd sold for $1.6 million. That was a legal 3-family on 132nd Street, a great block. That particular block is wonderful. A lot of renovations going on. That sold too low. The seller should have gotten more for that property, in one man's opinion. 351 West 120th sold in the past 2 weeks. That's my block, beautiful house. I've known that one for many years, back before it was renovated. That was Marcia Gay Harden's home, sold for $2.7 million back, I think it was 2012. Now it just resold for a impressive price under the circumstances, $3.950. So that's a nice block, a great property, even has a little history. And that's one of the few higher selling homes that have traded recently. The next one is 248 West 138. That one's been on the market since 2017. It finally closed. It was on the market for $1 million. It was overpriced. 3 years later, it sells at 2.4. I can give you more details, but that one's already sold. That was an SRO. And that's probably why it was on the market for so long and sold for, 60% of the original asking price. Now, let's talk about new listings. We are at sales, the number of sales listings out there right now in Upper Manhattan, 86 townhouses. Last week, 86 townhouses. So what happened? Looking at my charts here, we've got 2 new listings and a bunch of 4 recycled listings. So 210 West 122nd, it's an SRO. It's been on the market for 3 years. It's hit the market again. 320 West 138 hit the market for a couple days, went down, came back on today. That one deserves to be looked at. We have not dug into it deeply, but feel free to call us. It looks like a property that it looks like one worth looking at. It's not our listing, but we can help you with it. We'll work with the other broker, but our research department's working on that one right now. It came out again this morning. What do we have here? The other ones are 471 West 140th has been on and off the market since 2018. Started at $4 million. It's been relisted. Leave it at that. 696 Riverside, been relisted. It was $700,000 reduction, so obviously that was overpriced. It's back on the market. So you have 3 new listings, 4 relisted properties. So what happened to the ones that were sold? Well, in contract, 150 West 120th went into contract. Beautiful family, set up as a 1 family and used as a 1 family. It was on the market for $4 million. Most recently with a new broker at 395, I believe, and now it's in contract, so somewhere around that number, hopefully. Nice property, nice block. Price is where it should be now. Let me see which one is other interest would be. Well, we have 2 in contract. 162 West 123rd we talked about. It was a nice 4 family, needed some updating. That one's in contract now for a little under $2 million. That's ours, Harlem Lofts. 200 Edgecombe, beautiful 1 family, very nice renovation. The owners renovated it after they bought it, and it was just gut renovated 3 years ago. That one's in contract to be sold, and that was ours. And again, we have 5 accepted offers that are going into contract now. So the market is back. What else do you want to hear about? The average sale price, what I talked about earlier. I don't care about sales volume anymore. The average sale price is 11.5% higher in 2020 during this period that we're discussing, higher than it was in 2019. So I said it last week, and this is what's going on. The properties in January and February, or January and February, were overpriced. They were expecting the resurgence of the market that all the brokers were talking about, and it was set to happen until COVID hit. Those buyers are now, we'll move over to our next chart. This is a busy chart. I was going to get rid of it, but I'm not now. This chart, which you'll see, is townhouses, percentage of properties with discounts. If you look at the red, you'll see a trend here. The red and the orange, you see they're very small here back at the beginning of COVID, and now they're huge. These are the amount of properties, and we can send you these charts. Email us at info@harlemlofts.com if you can't see it on your screen. The properties that are 3 and 4 million, which are orange and red, you'll see more of those properties are now seeing discounts than the properties in green and blue, which are the lower price properties. So the market is shifting. How much are those? How much discounts? If you look at this next chart, this is going to be in red. The $4 million properties are discounting now 10 and 12%. In blue is the least expensive properties are also showing larger discounts. So if you look at the trends, the red is the most important. The overpriced properties that saw no reductions whatsoever in 6 and 8, 7 months now are showing the discounts, but they're selling at the same prices in 2019. So if you want to sell your townhouse and you were happy with the 2019 prices, list it with a broker that's going to price it right and move it now if that's what you want to do. That's the real data. The last chart on townhouses is this new chart that we introduced last week, which is showing you the amount of listings, the inventory. So the inventory was down to 54 in March. And we've done these since March. So watch our videos. We kept saying, it's going to return, it's going to return, it's going to return. It returned earlier than we expected. It returned actually in August, and now we're in September. So we're up to pushing 90 properties, so 86 properties when we were down to 53. What happens? Inventory returns, the buyers come back. So here, in a nutshell, the inventory is there, the buyers are definitely coming back. The prices are still closing at higher than 2019 during the same period. So if you're scared of listing your property because of COVID and everything, don't be. You're still going to get last year's pricing right now. Hope that's been helpful. Let's talk about condominiums. Okay, condominiums. On the condominium market, broader strokes. Not the same as the townhouse market, but here's what you need to know about it. The first chart you're going to see, we had 167 in blue sales between March 15th and October 1st in 19. We had 68 this year. That is a 59.2% decrease in the number of closings. Please note that condo closings are delayed at least 2 weeks, sometimes 3. So the information I'm giving you is a little delayed in our third quarter market report, which is the 15th of October. Go to email us at info@harlemlofts.com. We'll send you an invite to that. We dig a little deeper, and the data will be in by then. So right now, we're actually 2 weeks behind on the condo market because the data is not available. So 167 close between now, March 15th and September 17th-ish, not October 1st. And then 68 this year. So if you have a 59% decrease in the number of sales, you go shift over to your sales volume, which is chart 2. You had $152 million worth of sales in 2019 during this period, and you had 61 million this year. So that is, ironically, a 59.8% decrease in sales volume. I'm tired of talking about sales volume. The reason is when you have this same percentage in the number of listings sold and the same percentage, 59.8 and 59.2%, that means that the average sale price of the condominiums this year is now exactly what it was last year. It's off by $12. So 900,000 in 2019 and 912,000 is the average sale price. So it's the same. It's the listing prices that are crazy. And what is different about the condo market than the townhouse market is the inventory. So this new chart here will show you that New York reopened at the bottom right here. This is June. And now we're up to over 400 condominium listings on the market right now. So I don't expect that the average condo sale price will remain the same as 2019 in 2020 with an inventory much higher than it's ever been. So we'll have that report when it happens. But if I were a buyer of a condominium right now, I would really get my package together and make offers that were a little more aggressive because of just the sheer amount of inventory on the market right now compared to what it was last year. I don't have the actual numbers of what it was last year, but I'm just from memory, it was in the low 2s, and now it's over 400. So that is going to, looking into the future, the average sale price, I think, will come down for the condominium market where the townhouse market is not showing those signs. Hopefully that's been helpful. Please info@harlemlofts.com or go to our website. We're going to have a webinar where we dig into the details. I'll have the head of research with me, Gareth John, and we look forward to seeing you then. So have a nice weekend. Get your kids off to school and mobile school like I'm doing, and let's talk in 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye-bye.